Here are 3 goal-setting laws I wish I knew earlier. My name is Virgia, and I'm a mental health consultant. I help managers to keep top performers happy at work. When it comes to New Year's resolutions, when we look at psychology today, the research and the articles, they're varied. Some say that New Year's resolutions, there's no point. And then others say we can make resolutions, but we need to know how. So when it comes to my personal opinion, I believe that resolutions are typically goals. So if we can learn how to set goals, this can really improve our ability to be productive and to succeed. When it comes to setting a habit, we have 2 conflicting ways of thinking. We have the impulsive brain where we want to do things right away, and this often derails our plans. But then we have the rational side of our brain, which tries to think about the long term and how, it's going to affect you. Like if I want to lose weight or if I want to move up in the ladder at work. Here's tip 1. Be smart when you're setting a goal. So the good news is there's ways to outsmart our brain. And I want to borrow from a managerial concept called SMART. So the S in SMART stands for specific, the M for measurable, the A for achievable, the R for relevant, and T for time-related activities. So applying this SMART approach to your New Year's resolution really increases its success. So for example, when we start with a specific goal, it really narrows down what are the key indicators that we want to look for. So let's say I want to lose weight. If I'm just like, I just want to be healthy, or I just want to look this way, what exactly does that mean? So maybe it might be, I'm going to maybe stop eating after 8 o'clock. That's a specific goal. Or if you want to move up the corporate ladder, it might be, I need to take 1 or 2 professional development courses. Get the idea? So as soon as you make the goal specific, it helps you to actually succeed. The other part of the SMART is measurement. How are you going to track your progress? It's one thing to say, I want to lose weight. It's one thing to say, I want to get a great job. It's one thing to say, I want to work on my mental health. But how in the world are you going to track this progress? So one thing that I like is being able to write things down. So if you're someone that wants to lose weight, rather than worrying about the numbers and going on the scale, maybe have a simple calendar. The days that you are resisting temptation, you can just simply put an X in the day that you resisted. This is helpful because it reminds you of your progress. And then the other part of SMART is the time-related activity. So whatever you're doing, is there a timestamp? Is there an end date? Many people that don't set an end date or a target, they often don't follow through on their goals. If you want to be a manager, when do you want to be a manager? Do you want to be a manager in the next 2 years? Do you want to start a new hobby? What exactly do you want to do? Do you want to do it in 6 months? So taking the time to stamp that time frame and reflecting over and over on your progress is super important. So I'll give you an example from my goals. When it comes to goal setting, I normally start my plan in November. So the idea is I can have time to reflect, I can have time to start to implement it, and I often put right in my goals review or checkpoints. So within the first quarter, did I actually accomplish my goals? Within the second quarter, okay, what can I do to kind of tweak it? So you're always using this review method. The more you do that, the more chances that you're getting that unconscious and conscious effort aligning to what you want. The second technique is using the trigger method. This is awesome when it comes to setting goals. It is setting up almost like a plan. So I know firsthand that you are going to fail, but it's what you are going to do when you actually fail. Are you just going to say, I'm going to forget it, I'm going to throw in the towel, or I'm actually going to do something? Now, let's look at the impulsive part of the brain and let's tackle that with some sort of strategy. And oftentimes, if we use the if-then approach, it's really helpful. For example, if I indulge over the weekend, if I eat a lot, then for me, I'm gonna make sure I hit the gym at least 5 times a week. So therefore, I have a plan. If I wanna work on my anger, are there different strategies that I can use? If I get upset, I can A, change the subject, B, go for a walk, or 3, ask, is it okay if we just take a break from this conversation or this topic? Again, you're setting yourself up for success because you have, in the case this happens, I've thought about it. And the third tip is give yourself some choices. For instance, if you're someone that you really like sweets, instead of just saying, you know what, I'm just never gonna eat sweets again, good luck. I wouldn't advise that. I would give yourself the opportunity to explore different fruits. For me, lately, I've tried dates and I'm like, wow, this really helps my sweet tooth. But maybe it might be within your work environment. You might say, I wanna do this, but what are the maybe alternatives that you can do? Setting yourself up to have choices, it helps with the guilt. Because a lot of times, New Year's resolutions or goals don't get completed because we can be really hard on ourselves. And when we're feeling guilty, when we're feeling like we're not making progress, there's a high chance that we will give up. So when it comes to building a new habit or breaking an old one, it is the same concept. I think of a quote from Stephen Covey, and he shares, I am what I am today because of the choices I made yesterday. So I want you to think about, who are you? What are the choices that you want to make? Are you where you want to be? So I know that you might not have all the answers to these questions, but it's okay. The idea is to continue to reflect. Aristotle also mentioned, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. So when we look at the habits that we're setting, when we look at the idea of perfection, when we look at my ability to excel, behind closed doors, it might take a bit of practice. It might take a bit of you starting a new routine. If you like this content, be sure to hit the like button or the subscribe button. Happy goal setting.